Alright, hello and welcome back to part 18 of this stream challenge playthrough. I beat Evrae and the Bevelle battles last time, so just about to head into the temple here. I actually just had a big summer thunderstorm come through where I live, so just want to check how the stream's looking real quick. I think my internet's okay, but yeah, I had lights flickering and stuff for a bit. Okay, it looks fine. Well, if I get disconnected in the next little while, it's really not the end of the world. I have to remember how to do this close to trials, so it's all good. Kind of in that awkward middle ground of being a bit too proud to look up how to do this, but also not really remembering. Okay, this was not the correct place to go to start with. Oh, maybe it's fine. I definitely need to stick this in here. And I think if I'd gone left, I could pick up another sphere. I think you can carry two of them on the platform. Alright, so that's that there. Don't think you need a sphere actually on the pedestal to get the platform to work. Come on, Titus. Maybe you do. Yeah, alright, I guess you do. Well. I'll definitely be putting timestamps in the YouTube video, so anyone watching the VODs later can skip past my failure to do the cloister trials correctly. So thinking ahead, next to boss battles, obviously Evrae Altana and Simonatus. I'm not counting Isaru. Isaru is going to get obliterated. I think I was originally planning to steal Tetra Elementals from Natus, but I just can't quite figure out how I'm going to fit in. Oh wait, we didn't actually place the other barrier, or the other platform here. Yeah, I just don't think I'm going to be able to steal with Riku, because assuming I open the battle with mixing something to inflict poison, which is my main plan, like hazardous shell or whatever. I guess this wasn't a waste of time. I can stick this on the pedestal and pick up the other sphere. Alright, that worked out. Yeah, so if I mix like hazardous shell, then Riku doesn't get another turn until 2 of Natus's turns. And the problem in the Natus fight is your front line is fixed. There's Tidus, who's fine because he has first strike, so he can just swap out. But then there's also Yuna, who does not have Nullfrost, and Kimari, who does have Nullfrost. So the issue is, I'm basically not going to be able to keep Riku alive after she's done one mix. So the reason stealing is so good from Natus is just that you get Tetra Elementals, which you can otherwise only get from, I think, Master Tonberry, so not until post-Unalesca. And Tetra Elementals let you mix a couple of the very powerful mixes, including Hyper Vitality and Ultra Null All, without needing rarer items, or other rare items like Stamina Tonics, or Healing Springs. The Healing Springs I think are okay. You can rare steal those from one of the underwater enemies in Gagazet, so that's alright. Stamina Tonics though are an issue. They actually require me to finish the capturing in Gagazet, which I'm not totally sure I can do. There's actually a lot of fiends in Gagazet that are problematic, but probably the underwater ones are worst. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. Not sure which way I'm going here. Try this way. Right, we need a glyph sphere in there, but we can also just drop one of these off to complete the passageway. So, right, I guess there's not really much point of this whole conversation about Natus, except that, yeah, I think it's going to be harder than I thought to actually steal and win. I think I have to just accept that Riku gets KO'd at the beginning of the battle, try to keep the other 2 characters alive. Okay, so I've somehow found about the least optimal way of doing this whole thing. It's not actually that complicated, it's just the interfacing with the pedestal and the platforms gets kind of annoying. Going back to the Natus fight, I mean, one possibility would be to try and use a defensive mix with Riku, but that actually is quite difficult because of Desperado. The defensive mixes are line up very poorly against Desperado because, of course, you're buffing like multiple frontline characters, and so you're adding to the Desperado counter like 3 or 6 at a time, depending what the buff is. I don't think Protect gets counted for Desperado. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's some way to use Mighty Wall and just buff with like Protect and Shell, and I don't think that would trigger Desperado. I might have to play around a little with it. having fixed front lines against the first two Seymour fights, or well, Seymour and Natus, is not ideal in this kind of challenge. If I'd wanted to, I could have. Well, Yuna's actually. This is not the right way. I was going to say if I wanted to, I could have gotten SOS nulls for Yuna, but now I think about it, that's actually pretty tricky because she's not in the party for the worker farming in Luca, but she's also not in the party for Baikonel, where you get to fight the other Machina that drop SOS nulls. So getting SOS null drops for Yuna is not easy, I think. I guess if I had Riku do a mix that included haste, it would actually give Yuna and Kimahri a turn before Natus. Although I only have 2 more mixes that grant haste. Just a little scary, because I used Mighty G against Evrae, so there's only Super Mighty G and Hyper Mighty G left for the rest of the game. Fortunately, Kimahri learns Mighty Guard once I get up to the once I get to Gagazet, and there's no restriction on using that, even though it has kind of overlap with Riku's mixes. Like, he can use... I'm letting Kimahri use his overdrive as much as he wants, so that does mean I can get Protect and Shell at least for fights later without having to mix, but not haste. I can still get haste from SOS haste, but there's obviously issues with having a tank, like a Aaron or someone set up to tank and attack. It's going to be hard to have him also under haste. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Alright, there's the HP sphere. Can I grab the Night Lance? I guess I'll try. Oh, do I need to go grab another sphere? Maybe I do actually. That's kind of annoying. Could just leave it, I guess. Yeah, I think it really doesn't matter for anything. Oh, can I not go back now? I know if I go off to the right, it just progresses to the next area. Maybe I actually can't get the Knight's Lance. If I can't get it, I'm not redoing this, but I thought for a second I could just backtrack and grab another Bevelle sphere. Alright, I guess not. It doesn't matter. I can't imagine a situation where stronger physical attacks from Kimahri could make any difference, so move on. I never remember whether you have to do the underwater part first here or Eunice part first.
What's that?
They join with this. Their human soul. The dead.
Definitely expecting Altana to be a problem. In fact, maybe I shouldn't even have bothered to start discussing Natus, because it's actually not clear to me what I'm going to have to do for Altana. The first idea I came up with, which I will at least try, is basically a YOLO strategy where I just hope Riku doesn't get KO'd and try and use 2 overdrives, each doing about 8k with Riku, and, you know, use Dark Attack or whatever with Waka so that Riku isn't getting hit by the physical counters, but have the, you know, take like 2 Stone Gaze and hope they hit Waka and Tidus. Hope Riku survives, Photon Spray or what have you. But that strategy seems kind of loose, honestly. Yeah, I'm definitely not sure how well it's going to work out. I may have to play the whole fight much more slowly, and use buffs or use breaks, or you know, mix for breaks on Altana. One thing that's good is that it is like Altana is vulnerable to Magic Break, which Evrae wasn't. So that means that, you know, I can, like, between mixing for Protect and mixing for Power Break and Magic Break, I can dramatically change the damage, or like reduce the damage from Altana's attacks. We'll just have to just see how it goes. I really don't want to use something like Super Mighty G if I can possibly avoid it.
Tell this court what possessed you to participate in such violence.
Your Grace. The real traitor. He killed.
What?
Not only. Maester Seymour.
It is a summoner's sacred duty. Yuna was on.
Grand Maester Mike.
Sin.
Yes.
You.
What? Grand Maester.
Enlightened rule by the dead.
Life is but a passing dream.
Men die. Only the resisting.
But I am a summoner, Mike. I am on a Are you? Grand Maester, all the people who have opposed sin, their battles, their sacrifices, were they all in vain?
Not, no matter how many summon, they reap. Yet the courage of those who fight gives the people hope. There is nothing futile in the life and death of a summoner.
Never few.
Indeed. Heaven is those who
Alright, almost through the cutscenes. For some reason I thought I could skip through more of that than apparently I can.
Man.
She is strong.
What?
funny is everything in...
Summoners challenge the guardians, give the faith are the souls of spirit. Only sin is reborn. It is a cycle of...
Come out.
Sentence.
Really now?
You...
Looks like...
It's stating the obvious, but this does not seem like a good way to execute people.
Floating down.
Oh well. It's also nice of them to put the people who could swim in the underwater bit. I hadn't thought of that.
I don't...
Yeah.
If we should...
Let's wait it.
If there is...
How?
Okay, so you see Tidus in the underwater bit first, but then I think this skips to Yuna's parts.
However,
And you actually play through Yuna's part first. So it looks like Isaru is next here.
Let it. No one throw.
Yet there is place guards at
sir,
I'm not too concerned about the maze lava because I have Silent Strike on Yuna.
Would you trust?
very well.
Also have, well, yeah, I don't have full overdrive on Auron, but I can charge that and use Shooting Star too, so shouldn't be too bad. Definitely do not want an encounter with Yuna before I find Auron though. I think usually you don't get one. Right, that one doesn't do anything. Definitely want to go forwards. Fortunately, I don't need to pick up any of the loot or other stuff in this area. I can just head straight to the exit, which is good. Encounters here are not easy with this half of the party, or especially just these two characters. Okay, Silent Strike, and I'm not sure any of this stuff's going to matter. She's going to get KO'd in one hit anyway, and then I guess if that happens, I get Null Tide back. Or, yeah, I get Null Tide for the next battle. So here I think I do want Blue Bracer. I don't want to get ambushed, I guess. I mean, that means I have to start with Sentry. What about Auron's Overdrive? I don't think I'll get a full charge off Stoic or off Comrade from Yuna getting KO'd. Maybe I have to hope that Yuna just doesn't get hit and I can get Silence on and then hack the lava to death with Auron. Yeah, see how that goes. Alright, Preemptive Strike's really good. And there's Silence, awesome. I kind of want to try and get Yuna to SOS HP, but that's just so hard with Auron. He's not going to hit her very often. I don't think I'll bother. See, is Yuna faster than... No, Yuna's probably not faster than this. But she's getting a turn after each one of it, so I don't need to like switch weapon or wait or something. Alright, silence wore off. Silence came back, good. I think we have about 2k HP. Oh, I maybe should switch to lightning strike weapon. Yeah, I think these things are weak to lightning. Yes, that was a nice crit as well. Well, this went about as well as it could, although honestly getting silence to land every time plus the preemptive strike is kind of best case scenario. I think I'll probably get another encounter here. Yeah. Not a preemptive strike. Yeah, I hate this place too, honestly. Yeah, that's gonna be game over. Yeah, I didn't make the right choice of overdrive, but I don't think there's anything that's... Well, no, maybe just Loner could have worked, honestly. I don't have mill tide or anything. Nah. Yeah, I would definitely have enough time to charge Loner though, so this was kind of on me. Alright, no for next time. Preemptive strike, good. Looks like we got lucky again here. Like, I could certainly still win off a non-preemptive strike. If the first Water targeted Orin, then I got silence down. Could still be fine, right? But yeah. Okay, fortunately I think with game over actually kind of helps here because I don't think we're going to get another encounter here. Nah. Oops. Yeah, so the game over there reset the encounters, right? So the fact that I'd walked a bunch of steps between the start of the area and the last encounter was kind of it reset the encounter like count rate or whatever. Step rate. I'm not actually sure how strong my Aeons are, whether we've had 600 battles, which I think is the max for their leveling up that way. I guess we'll find out. Oh, they're looking pretty strong. Yeah. I think we're pretty close to the max, if not at the max. So I'll deal with his Ifrit with Shiva, and I think I'll just Mega Flare his Valafor and then bring Shiva back again for his Bahamut. Shiva just has the best agility and magic, so I kind of just prefer her in these fights. I mean, yeah, she just almost gets 2 turns for every one of Ifrits. And Isara's Aeons have really crap stats. Possibly didn't even need to do that. Yeah, they have a fair amount of HP, but they don't have like strength, magic, and so on. Those stats were really low, so yeah, it's hard to imagine a way to lose this fight, honestly. Like, either you've leveled up Yuna as normal, or you've played a game where you've probably fought a fair amount of battles. Curious to see how much damage Bahamut's Mega Flare is going to do. I guess maybe in the 20 to 30k range. May as well test it out, since this is the only time I'm going to be able to use it. $23k. Alright, good enough.
I cannot let you pass.
I think what's going to happen here is I use Blazara a bunch and then just Diamond Dust and easily finish it before Mega Flare. I think it's got 20k HP or something, maybe. Yeah, he's below half already. Alright, not much to say about that.
Stay. There's a way.
Your pilgrim.
Okay, so this area is going to be tough. The enemies here are certainly pretty strong, considering I'm not mixing against random encounters, and none of my, neither Wacker nor Titus have like good overdrives against enemies at this point in the game. So let's see. I think my plan is actually switch back to manual or do equipment sort first. So I want initiative and I want probably just HP plus, and I want TKO. Yep. Not sure if any of the kind of abilities or attacks of these underwater enemies are actually water based. I don't think they are. Nah. So what do I want here? Probably just HP plus as well. And break knuckles. So yeah, petrification is what we're going to try and go for here. Titus I'll switch. I don't want to get ambushed, so I want initiative, and I'll switch to dark touch, which is Titus's best weapon. Like, Titus doesn't have stone touch unfortunately, so he can't actually really kill anything. Okay. Alright. Could well take a few attempts, but see how we go. You don't get many encounters down here before Altana, it's like 1 or 2. I don't think there's anything useful from this chest, but... Oh, distillers. Nope, definitely don't need 20. I'll buy 3. Don't need to sell anything. Preemptive strike, that's really good. 4 enemies, that's not very good. Yeah, so the remoras are more dangerous for sure, but... Do I get one shot by these things too? Let's just check here. No, they look pretty weak actually. So let's focus on the remoras. Nice. Switch to dark touch. I think I want to just go for a dark attack here. Well, didn't need to, but that's alright. Didn't inflict darkness. Yeah, that's not impressive damage there, Mr. Sahajin. Alright, stone touch landing. Really nice. Okay. I would say we kind of high rolled that one, but I'll take it. Don't think I actually get another encounter now, but maybe I do just at the save sphere. Nope. I guess I might get one between here and triggering the Altana fight. I guess, yeah, I'll swim a little ways over. Okay, we're pretty close to triggering the fight, so let's get set up for that. So, how do I want to try this? Definitely want stone touch, stone ward on Wacker. Want SOS overdrive now on Riku. Let's go for the YOLO strategy with Avenger. not sure what I want to do with Titus's weapon. Yeah, so Altana resists slow and darkness, unfortunately, so Titus can't inflict either of those. Counterattack doesn't do anything because Altana only does magic-based attacks on its turn. I guess I actually, weird as it seems to remove, to like take off First Strike, I actually would rather have Sensor, I guess. And I want HP plus 10% rather than Stone Ward because unfortunately Titus mostly doesn't survive the HP damage from Stone Gaze anyway, so this should probably be something else. Maybe I want Sensor on this as well. Yeah, I think so. Alright, expecting this to take some experimenting. What items am I going to use for the mixing here? So let's go for 2 9-hit elemental mixes. So that one is, yeah, tier 1 item plus a stat sphere does it. So that is like Bomb Fragment, or I've already used Lightning Bolt, or Fish Scale. Yeah, I'll use Antarctic Wind. And then just the stat sphere, like, yeah, HP Sphere, any of these should do. Okay. Yeah, let's see how we go here. Do need things to line up pretty specifically, or in a pretty specific way, to get Riku to recharge her overdrive. It may just be, as I mentioned earlier, this is just too luck reliant, and I just reset for a while here without really making progress, and then decide I have to change the approach to the fight, but, you know, let's see. Try it and find out. So Stone Gaze on Whacker is definitely the best case scenario here. Now I want to change weapon. Man, Altana's fast. So if I don't change weapon here, then Altana gets 2 more turns before Riku could do a second mix, but Riku would have to dodge Altana's counterattack here. Well, dodging the counterattack is extremely unlikely. My plan is to dark attack with Whacker, but I'm not sure I can possibly survive 3 turns. So that's going to be Photon Spray next. Then if there's still 3 characters, it'll be a Stone Gaze, otherwise it'll be another Photon Spray. Alright, let's try changing weapons. Change weapon with Titus 2. Dark attack with Whacker. Looks like it connected with darkness. That's good. Then go for a mix. So I actually don't want Whacker to die here, because Riku isn't in SOS HP for Avenger. Yeah, so this is already messed up, unfortunately. Because even if Riku's in SOS HP for the next Photon Spray, or like when Tidus gets KO'd, she'll only get to 90% overdrive. So yeah, this is no good. I can't break the locks. Like, rematch is not optional in this challenge. I need evade and counter later on, so I'm not even considering hitting the locks and getting to start the fight again. Okay, so that was rough. Do I maybe want... Maybe I just... I could take Stone Ward off Waka, who'd only get petrified half the time, and I could have SOS regen on him. Yeah, I think I probably do need to switch up equipment. So I want Sheltage because... no, I'm gonna have to redo this other stuff. That's fine. Yeah, sorry, I want Sheltage on because I think Riku's gonna have to survive some Photon Spray hits after the first Photon Spray when she's already at SOS HP. It might be possible to actually have Riku start the fight in SOS HP and have SOS Overdrive active right away, but I won't try that just yet. Setting that up is not going to be so easy, I think. Just from the random encounters. Okay, so those are the two mixes I want. I think everything is set up the way I had it. Yeah, so use Lightning Bolt, Mighty G, and Mana, that looks right. At least we only have a short cutscene. Although, yeah. I don't have a great feeling about this battle. I think I may have really underestimated how hard it's going to be. Well, that is not something we can come back from. Obviously, Riku getting KO'd is game over. It's funny that there's no autosave here. Like, the last autosave is from oh, I don't even know where the last autosave is from. Alright, hit whack when he didn't get petrified. I think that's basically the best case scenario. Let's try the same thing again. Realize I have the wrong weapon on Riku, but that's fine. So now there's a good chance Waka does not get KO'd from Photon Spray, at least, which is good. feel like... Okay, I feel like... Assuming, yeah, so I think at this point I really just need another 9-hit mix. That does, on average, over 8k damage. I guess I'm considering like just busting an overdrive for Titus to try and do some damage. I don't think it matters whether he gets another turn. It's not like he can help the other characters, so... Yeah, let's just go for Blitz Ace. Yep, so here's Photon Spray. Okay, that looks good. Oh, this looks bad. Alright, if that hadn't hit Riku, I think we'd actually have a good chance of winning. But we are very much not winning now. Yeah, there's just no way we can do 7,000 damage. That attempt, like, a lot went right at the beginning of that attempt too. It was actually literally perfect, I think, up until Riku getting hit by the second Stone Gaze. I think if the second Stone Gaze had hit Titus and Riku had somehow lived through the second Photon Spray thanks to SOS Shell kicking in, I actually could have won. Okay, let's try it again. Make sure this is switched over. Yeah. No, Whack is petrified, that's no good. This like aggressive way of doing the fight is definitely way more luck reliant than all the bosses before. I mean, there'd be some luck anyway because I don't have a way to get Riku a turn before Altana, so I mean, there'd be a lot of luck on this first Stone Gaze no matter what. I would have had to get, you know, farm Hastage from Wendigo to get around that, and yeah, that's miserable to farm. When the Wendigo battle was not short or easy. Also, I don't think SOS Haste on its own really saves me because I'm still in that situation of like, how is Riku surviving Photon Spray? Okay, well, that's good that Titus didn't get petrified. Oh, that was a Dark Attack fail. Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, now we're just dead. Nope. As soon as the camera pans over and Stone Gaze is hitting Riku, it's a reset. I just got an email from my apartment management saying that the lower level of the parking garage has about 2 inches of water in it right now. I guess there's a river burst its banks behind our building thanks to the storm. Fortunately, I don't have a car in there, so it doesn't affect me, but yeah. We do get these crazy, like, flash flood storms here in the, well, I live in Maryland, so like east coast of the US. No, not my Riku. Yeah, so with the setup I have now, I don't know. I think it's, even if I get the right characters targeted, it seems so hard to get Riku's overdrive recharged this way. I'll keep trying it. I'll probably keep trying it for at least, well, probably for like another hour, maybe with slight variations. I do think it's the case that there's not a reliable way to win this, and that playing defensively with the first mix and having the fight take longer, like, that doesn't, you know, that doesn't magically solve the problems. It's not like I have Stone Gaze on Riku. Okay. Yeah, of course the problem with that is I'm not going to get an SOS charge from yeah, I'm not going to get an SOS, like, doubled overdrive boost when Titus gets KO'd. So I think I just need him to not get hit by Foot and Spray here. But we'll see. Landed Darkness at least. Yeah, so the issue of doing that change weapon is that the boss gets, like, Altana gets 3 turns before Riku's going to be able to do the second mix. I'm not really seeing how we're surviving 3 turns, even if I get lucky with targeting. Ugh, connection through darkness on the counter, yeah, okay. That wasn't happening. Oops. Oh wow. I just saw a photo in my city of like a submerged road with a bus halfway, like with water like halfway up the bus. Jeez, there's been some bad flooding around here. I think I mentioned this back at least once or twice, but the reason I don't have Stone Ward on Titus is that he only survives the HP damage from the Stone Gaze, like 10 out of 32 of the possible damage rolls, whereas the Petrification only comes in half the time, so it's slightly counterintuitive, but you're actually, like, he's more likely to survive winning the coin flip on the Petrification and having HP plus 10%, which guarantees he survives HP damage. With Whacker you can do Stone Ward, but as I found the first time, like, I think I need Whacker to have SOS regen. Rather than Stone Ward equipped. Well, Stone Ward that time would have been good. So let's see, I could do a quick estimate of the odds of winning this battle by my current strat, I think. So, I think realistically I need the opening Stone Gaze to hit Whacker, so that's 1 out of 3. Then I need Petrification not to be inflicted, so that's an extra half, so that's down to 1 out of 6. Then I need Dark Attack to work, so that's 1 out of 12. Then after that, after that it gets hard to calculate because it starts to come down to third on spray hits. 1 in 12 is not that bad though. Well, Stone Gaze keeps targeting Wacket, but it also keeps petrifying him, which is no bueno. Just update my stream title to say Evrae Altana here. I've been liking these streams after work, particularly on a night like tonight where I really would not be going outside anyway in the storm. It's too bad it's a bit late. Well, it's like past 1 AM now in Europe. I'm still planning to try and do like a maybe Saturday morning stream regularly or semi-regularly. So sometime in the afternoon for folks in Europe. I don't know where that one's going. Alright, got the good opener. Do we also get the dark attack? We do not. Rip. Yeah, so Altana has accuracy 90 on its attacks, which means, yeah, my characters are going to get hit like, well, 90 minus evasion minus a couple of points for difference in luck, but basically, you know, close to 80% of the time. Alright, good opener again. No darkness. No good. trying to think about if I started up with a defensive mix rather than just going for damage, like what overdrive mode would I even be trying to use? I'd then still basically need 2 more mixes to win the fight, unless I had something like Super Mighty G mixed, so my characters were under regen, and I was actually like just physically beating Altana down for a while Altana was under Magic Break and Power Break and Darkness and not really doing anything. Like if I mixed a Chaos Grenade or something, for example. But yeah, even in that case, don't really know what overdrive mode I'd be best to use on Riku. Maybe something like Comrade, because Whacker and Tidus would be taking a fair amount of damage from the Ferdinand sprays, but that seems really slow. I guess I could try and poison Riku with Whacker if she was under regen anyway, and use Sufferer Overdrive mode, but seems like a bit of a pain to set up. Maybe could even manage. If I did, yeah, so if I did mix Chaos Grenade, and then no, I was thinking I could have Riku like solo the fights with Super Mighty Guard if Altana was like hit by Chaos Grenade and under all the breaks, but nah, it doesn't work. Just need to run grab some water. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. One thing I was slightly concerned about, I guess, when I thought about starting to stream this challenge is battles where like it is a bit of a reset fest and I just get a lot of game overs. I don't think it's great for live viewing or like unedited VODs. Obviously that's when just making YouTube videos of like the successful attempt on each boss would make way more sense, but I don't know. I've kind of decided I'm just going to stream this challenge as long as I'm going to play it. I'm not going to do anything off stream, and I totally understand that people are not going to watch like most of the recording, but that's okay. Alright, I guess we'll see where this goes. I think it's not going anywhere, since Tidus isn't going to survive the first photon spray. It did inflict darkness though, that's something. Wow, I super high rolled the damage on that burning soul. Oh, it didn't even matter because I got hit by the counterattack. Yeah. Yeah, so according to P. Birdman's guide, Altana only uses photon spray if a character's out of the battle, like if someone's been KO'd or petrified. Don't really see how that helps me though, because the total damage from photon spray is actually a bit more than Stone Gaze. Like Stone Gaze hits one character for 530, something like that, whereas photon spray does in total close to 1,000 damage. It's like 8 hits of 120. Guess that's, yeah, like 950, 1,000, something like that. Right, that's the 1 in 12. Need this to get Riku to yellow HP and not kill the other guys. Yeah, did not do that at all. I wonder if it's even worth trying to get Riku to SOSH. Nah. I don't see how I'm coming up with a win if the Stone Gaze lands on Tidus, even if he survives HP damage. Because I need both the Avenger Overdrive procs for Riku to be while she's under SOS HP. If there was an autosave before this fight, I'd definitely experiment with trying to have Riku enter the battle at SOS HP. In fact, I actually have HP. I actually have a recovery Taj for Riku with HP stall. So if I got into a random encounter and like let her get KO'd before winning the encounter, then didn't use a save sphere, I could actually use HP stroll to get her back up to like just under 180 HP, so to still be able to take hopefully 3 hits from Photon Spray thanks to SOS Shell, but would get to Overdrive, get SOS Overdrive active right from the beginning of the fight. But because there's no autosave, I just feel like that's such a pain to set up each time. Yeah, oh, it's too bad. I think a lot of the fights later will be more interesting, but especially with the equipment I've got, I think this is just going to be a lot of resetting, unfortunately. I guess one option... well, no. I was going to say, if I allowed the Albert primers from another game, so I reloaded before Evrae, got the Underdog Secret from Rin, I could mix Sunburst and just one-shot Altana, but I really don't want to fight Evrae again, or reload an old save like that. And I don't really want to use another save file for the Albert primers. I don't really like doing that. wonder what would be the most consistent way to do this fight if I didn't have the mix restriction, assuming I still wouldn't have Sunburst. Would it be better to open with Chaos Grenade or with Super Mighty G? Pretty sure I can mix Super Mighty G at this point. Yes, yeah, easily actually. It's just Light Curtain plus Tier 2 Elemental. Can do it. The advantage of doing Chaos Grenade first is that Evrae's slowed and under all the breaks, whereas if I was to do Super Mighty Guard first, I would have Shell, which is kind of the same as the breaks. Like Shell and Magic Break kind of doing the same thing, having damage, but I'd also have Regen, and I'd have Haste, which would like makes up for the slow. I guess the regen is what would decide it though. So yeah, so Super Mighty Guard for the first mix. Super Mighty Guard for the first mix, and then something like Chaos Grenade second. Might not need... well... yeah, I don't know if I'd need something as powerful as Chaos Grenade. Actually. I think once I finish streaming, or like over the next day or two, I'll have more of a think about whether I could afford to actually use Super Mighty G here. Like I was saying earlier, that would only give me one more mix to actually get haste, and that would be from Hyper Mighty G, which I would be able to mix once I got to the Calmlands and had access to Remiem Temple. So it's not like I couldn't use it, but... assuming the stars don't align in the next like 15-20 minutes, I'll probably like next time I stream I'll probably try and build a strat around Super Mighty G and just see whether that seems more consistent. I still have the problem with Stone Gaze though. That's maybe where not having Stonewall equipment is gonna bite me, like for Tidus and Riku. Because I didn't even consider using Super Mighty G at the time. I was like killing basilisks and thinking about what equipment I needed. I guess I did say at the time that I did want Stoneward on Riku, but I didn't think it was essential. Maybe I can fight the battle with only 2 characters though. Like maybe, yeah, maybe it doesn't matter if Tidus gets taken out by the first Stone Gaze. Once I get once I get Super Mighty G up, I actually can survive okay. Even with just Waku and Riku. Regen, I mean, like we saw against Evrae, right? Regen plus haste and shell is super powerful. Let's see, do I want to try a different strategy here, actually? Unfortunately, Riku's overdrive mode is still on Avenger, so like I can't really recharge it her overdrive any other way than what I already had planned. Yeah, that was not a great roll on the multi-hits there. Rip. I have the ingredients to do the Tallboy mix with the level 4 key sphere I got from home, and that does 9k damage and can crit. In principle, a crit would do enough damage to kill Altana, but I'm pretty sure Tallboy doesn't break the damage limit unless Riku has an actual break damage limit weapon, which obviously I don't yet. So that's not actually much more useful than these 9-hit elemental overdrives I'm using. One thing I actually did forget about this fight was that Altana resisted darkness. I thought Evrae did, but Altana didn't, which is definitely not helping. It's like cutting the chance of success in two, basically. I have a bad feeling as well that I'm essentially, because I'm like making Riku switch weapons until after, so that, you know, Waka does the dark attack first. I think that delays Riku's second mix by, you know, such that Altana gets an extra turn, and I'm, even if I get the luck I need in the opening part of the fight, I'm actually not sure I can have Riku. I don't think it's necessarily realistic for Riku to survive that long. But the alternative would be bad. The alternative would be like not inflicting, like not going for the dark attack, but trying to not going for the dark attack, but hoping that Riku just dodges the physical counterattack, which is gonna make basically need 5 times more attempts, because that only happens about 1 in 5. Might not even be as high as 1 in 5 actually, because Riku doesn't have good evasion. I think however I look at it, the YOLO strat I'm trying, the approach of just dealing damage, is just incredibly luck reliant and could easily take quite a few hours just doing this over and over. So yeah, as I said, I'll definitely try and do some kind of calculation for the viability of using Super Mighty G instead, and not using Avenger Overdrive mode. every time I see the camera pan over it and Stone Gaze targeting Wacko, I'm like, oh, survive the HP damage. And he has not done that the last 4 times. That's not darkness. No darkness. Ooh, but Wacko dodged the counterattack. Alright. Need Riku to also dodge the counterattack, and then a whole bunch of other stuff to go right. Those are some really good damage rolls. Yeah, alright. This is the best start. Did land the darkness. That's good. That is also good. Okay, best attempt so far for sure. So what I need to have happen here is a minor miracle. Need Whacker to take all of the hits from Photon Spray, and then Riku will get to mix again. I guess the question is, am I confident that another 9-hit mix will kill from here? I believe I am, so I don't actually need to attack with Whacker or risk getting hit into darkness. Nah. Well, Whacker did survive. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure that was even doable. As in, I'm not sure that. Well, I'm not sure actually. Whacker wasn't going to be able to survive 8 Photon Spray hits, but maybe the game would still have let all 8 hit him. That was fairly close though. A slightly better distribution of Photon Spray across the 2 Photon Spray turns, and I think I could have won. Definitely the closest I've been, I think. Also, I really should just do Blitz Ace with Tidus. The last thing I want is to actually get through all of the hard, like, RNG, you know, like the unlikely stuff, and then end up short on damage because I didn't use a sufficiently damaging overdrive. That would be really dumb. So I'll just use Blitz Ace next time. Tidus isn't going to be alive, but to get another turn anyway. So. I think I'll just do 2 or 3 more attempts and then call it for this evening. Come back tomorrow, think about other possible plans, whether they might do better. Try and get a better sense of what mixes I could afford to spend or not. Alright, I think that's going to do it. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back maybe tomorrow or the day after, try and figure this fight out. But until then, take it easy, and yeah, see you later.